Well, I just RTFM'd, remember from yesterday, red-tailed hawk. Remember from yesterday, I couldn't get the acronym quite right. RTFM, about folks on the Facebook page, the Lumic Facebook page. Read the effing manual. I was complaining yesterday about there being a white box around the area of my face. Yeah, the white box popping up around my hand, but my face is in a yellow gold box now. And all I needed to do with the screen facing me, you can see I'm looking at it, you can monitor your recording. Touch the screen where you want to focus on. And I touched my face and boom, there came the gold frame around my face. I get a gold star for that. We're headed for 101 degrees on Sunday. This is Wednesday. That's a long time for them to change their mind about that. Last year it was on June 3rd that we had 96 degrees. That was way too early. So maybe climate change is getting better. Although we only had one day of 101 last year. The rest of them were 98, 96. I really don't want to go through that again. I've got the lush summer that I had wished for. And these grasses here, they're 3 feet tall. When did this happen? You open your eyes one day and, oh my gosh, when did this happen? While I was on the way to something else. And I'm really glad I had the idea to make a path through here rather than just mow the whole slope down like I always did every summer. Now I've got some perspective, some counter relief. I got my wish. Oh goodness. Well, I'll be darned. Tomato plant. Oh, there's the other one right there. This one's even got flowers on it. And my maple number 2. doing very happily. Look at all the new leaves on there. Tomato plant number 1. I don't have to number them. Little oak tree. This has been a survivor, or is a survivor. It got through last summer, the only one that survived of the 4. And look at that maple. That's my first one. And it's now, about 2 feet high. And back in late April, when the snow was finally gone, all that was just a dead stick. And these little guys, when I brought them home and transplanted them, I underwatered them. I forgot to water them. And 5 days later or so, they were goners. I was sure of it. This one for sure was a goner. Look at it now. Tiny little flower bud. 2 weeks ago, when I thought I was going to lose them, okay, I'll ruffle up the soil, put grass seed in there. I've done that before. I'd like doing that. Something fun about that. That's what these are. Well, I mowed. I remember this scene from 2 years ago. I just happened to see it on a video clip. Oh my. This is what I got robbed of last year, that I was so hungry for a lush summer. And you look at this in late December and whoa, it's quite jerking. I don't know what I mean by that. I noticed these poplar trees today. And those poplars are fairly healthy looking, fairly full of leaves. But what's going on with these? Turtles, toads, and frogs. I have mentioned that I've been waiting for the turtles to show up for their nesting time, which begins early in June. This is June 16th, and I haven't seen a single toad, frog, or turtle. And I'm fairly alarmed by that. I went and looked online, and it seems that our turtles, toads, and frogs may be gone, may have been wiped out by the drought last year. Apparently I've mentioned in previous times, they burrowed down into the bottom of a pond or a forest. Not sure how all of this works. I'm just passing along what I've read. They burrow down to the bottom of the pond and wait it out. If the pond dries up, they head for a larger body of water that still has water in it. And if all else fails, they die. They're done. They are unable to survive, and I am assuming that's what's happened this year. Hopefully the population will rebound. We've got a larger body of water to our southeast, more of a little lake. I don't know how much, I don't know, maybe it went dry too last summer. But that's, I guess, why we're not seeing turtles in the driveway in the evenings. It's a natural cycle, I guess. I can't imagine that that's happened to us. Especially curious was last summer. I have video, I think it was in June, where I was videoing the pond early evening and saw these turtle heads poking above the water, and I sped the film up so you could see them more easily. Yeah, there were at least 6 or 7, and now they're gone. And I really began looking forward to early June. Oh, yeah, there's another turtle. And last summer, when they showed up to nest, I saw maybe one completed nest or hole that she deposited her eggs into. But I saw 2 or 3. They looked like attempts to dig the hole, but the gravel was just too hard, too compacted, too dried out, and they aborted that attempt. So not only have we lost the mature turtles, I think we've lost their offspring. Very much missing the toads and the frogs. I'm still hopeful that they will begin showing up as the summer goes on, but I'm watching the surface of the pond out here. Hope against hope that I'll see a head pop up. At least one, maybe. I don't like the thought of having a dead pond. Well, there's still water bugs around. Mosquitoes on Suki's nose. Oh God, yesterday I looked down at her and she had 6. And I began to reach for her and said, hold still, I wanted to get a photo of that. Well, of course, no, she wouldn't hold still. Would have been a great photo, would have really won lots of major awards. I had a lot of fun with the wind and the grasses today. Ooh. I can't wait to see what I got. Both stills and slow motion. Beautiful, heavy. The grass is just laying and making formations. Wow. That was fun. If I get nothing from it, I'll remember the fun I had in watching. It was like a hallucination. I read Michael Pollan's book, How to Change Your Mind. I think I've talked about it earlier. And the research into the use of psilocybin and psychedelics. That's a whole different world than psychedelics from the 60s. There's a whole lot of very, very compelling discoveries on the use of psilocybin, how it opens pathways in our minds that we haven't used or don't use because we're so used to the same familiar pathways. And somehow psilocybin opens up new pathways into new areas that oh my God. Oh. I was curious to hear on the radio a week or so ago, new studies have opened up in the research of psilocybin and the use of in treating depression. Wow. I was stunned because that's the first time ever that I've heard it being talked about in the media. Like Michael Pollan's book laid out a number of research events, but they're always sort of they aren't hush-hush, but they just don't get talked about. And I think that is a real way of the future that's going to open up, change people's lives in a way that current Prozac, amitriptyline, that's an older depression medication, but those medications are just very ineffective. The semi-annual event. Not exactly how Chuck had expected to spend his beautiful June afternoon. It's good. That's good. Go ahead, Ed. For insurance purposes. Yep. Okay. Caught in a brief summer shower. Who knew? It's 92 degrees. Just exactly what they predicted. Well, 5 days ago. I've been watching these grow from before they were anything, and I saw these on top, and I didn't mow them, I left them. I wonder what this is going to be. There's a few more in there. Every year there's something new that I have never seen before. They may have been here every year, but you can't see it all. Coming up on daisy season. Last year we didn't have much of it. We had a few daisies, but the drought made sure there weren't that many. I saw these a few days ago. They were about 10, 12 inches shorter than they are now. That is impressive. Last year there was one thistle, solitary one, maybe 2/3 the height of these. And the word that struck me and stuck with me is malevolent, which means evil to the core. Fiddleheads. Well, they were buried under the top branches of that tree for a few days. Oh, it is hot out here. Ooh. Catching up with me now. Oh, dear Lord, it's lightheaded. It is so. We've got another big severe weather event about 20 minutes out. And the temperature has come down from 95 to it's about 78 right now. Oof. Very ominous.